I really honestly thought this would take longer, but I've managed to do sheep herder, I think. I think I'm pretty much at the end. Yeah, it happily eats that shit. Goodbye, good fight. See you in Lumbridge. But yeah, this quest actually didn't take me long. For some reason I was like dreading doing this, but the thing is, after this I still have to kill like 15 minutes before I can sell any silk to the trader, which is unfortunate because I really like, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but I was kind of hoping this would last longer and I'd be able to just transition it directly after I was done. But anyway, whatever. I guess the quest's done. I can just chill out for a little bit. I don't know what I do with these. Do I cook them? Yeah, I cook them. Luckily, there's not an option to bury them, otherwise I would have done that by now. I made sure to right click the first one, but no doubt I would have accidentally fucked it up if there was not that preventative measure. But anyway, sheep herd is pretty much done. I shall take my whitehead gravy armored looking weird shit towards the counselor and we shall wrap it off. Here he is. So I think we get 100 coins back from the quest, as well as an additional 3k coming out from the actual reward itself. So that's actually pretty big. If I didn't have silk in the bank, this would be extremely valuable. Obviously 3k is pretty decent, so I mean, good quest to get out of the way at the very beginning for sure. So it's good it's out of the way. I don't even know if I need that plague stuff anymore, but I get the feeling, I get a really strong feeling that my bank's going to be clogged up full of crap, and I'm not going to know what I can get rid of for a long time, so I'm going to unfortunately have to just put it in there, as well as, this cattle prod can suck it. Fuck the cattle prod. But at least with that, I know where to get it, and I don't have to pay to get it. But I guess we can test the waters with the silk merchant, see if he cracks the shits at me. I swear, if I died with this... Alright, looks like he's happy chappy, so... I think the stars have aligned quite nicely, and it's time to go sell some silk. Alright, so after slaving away selling silk to this little greasy little dude, I finally get myself the last inventory sold, and I now have around 60,000 coins in which to throw around wherever I choose to do so. But what I wanted to do here is get a few more prerequisites done for getting into Counterfeit. But before anything else, I decided to train Hunter, and I ended up skipping a lot of these levels in terms of getting footage because the early levels of Hunter, if you've trained it before, you know how painful they are. It's actually really kind of off-putting how slow it is to get to 29 Hunter, but I got it done. It's something that I needed to get done at some point, and I was pretty glad to get it out that quickly, but it was now time to spend a lot of the money that I'd earn on Silk, finally to buy some of the runes necessary to getting in towards killing some boss monsters and getting slowly but surely my way into Counterfeit. So in the end, I think I did pretty well with the ratio of runes that I bought. From here, all I needed to do was to buy myself a couple of staves. I bought myself an air and a fire staff, so these will come in handy when it comes to auto casting some airs and some fire strikes. But I was kind of ping-ponging around the place, and the Rune Mysteries quest kind of coincidentally lined up with a lot of those places, so this quest was pretty much a freebie. But what wasn't a freebie, but needed to be done anyway, was the Witch's Potion quest here. This is a pretty good Kickstarter quest to get into Magic. I think I get 6 Magic just from this quest being complete, so I decided to use airstrikes on imps until 13 Magic, get a few beads, and mainly just get towards fire strikes. So that's what I did, and then Witch's House was obviously what I wanted to get done. Now, the reason why I put a whole lot of emphasis on this quest is because the hit points experience comes in handy, and I get pretty much 25 HP for free just for doing this quest. And if you're worried about the first 2 phases of this quest, as long as you have some cakes, as you can see, I've got a hell of a lot left. You should be fine as long as you've got magic to cast onto those monsters, as they can't be safe spotted, but the last 2, they're a piece of piss, they don't even hit you, and from there the quest is pretty much over as long as you can safe spot these 2 final bosses. But there it is, the Witch's House was complete. It was now time to get Waterfall done. As you can see here, the quest isn't exactly 15 seconds long, as the video may suggest, but Waterfall quest always comes in handy, but it actually had more of a purpose for me on this account, more than just getting the levels up. So the reason why I want to get my attack and strength up here is because there is a little puppy pooch that needs to be slain inside the Priest and Pearl quest, and I couldn't get that done at 1 attack and 1 strength. So those levels came in handy. That puppy dog did not stand a chance whatsoever. And from there, the Priest and Parole quest was a piece of piss. I got myself 14 prayer, access to counterfest, and the ability to keep training agility. It's kind of weird because every time I go to record these clips, and I imagine this is going to get worse and worse, but every clip, there's a massive time difference in between the clips. So I feel like introducing them as new videos every time I do it. But we're about to hit 50 agility here, and I might finish off one more lap. My dude, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, that's never actually happened before, but 50 agility is a sweet thing to have. I don't actually know how to get down from here. Let's see if I can walk around. There it goes. I don't know what that was, but yeah, I've now unlocked the Falador course. But I'm not actually going to go there just yet. What I want to do, considering it's day 2 at this point of Ironman, I don't know if I should really like mention that, if that's even relevant when you're watching. But yeah, this is my second day in, and as good as agility is, I need to get some other stuff done, or, you know, agility is going to be like my first 99, and I hate the skills, so I don't know why I'm training it so much, but it is a good skill to have, and I'm glad I have got it to 50, but we're going to put it on the back burner just for now. And what I want to actually do, I'm not too sure if my bank, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I had to just shake that off. T-Swift. Anyway, so this is where the bank's at currently. I should probably organize it. I think with these tokens, I can afford a few pieces of Graceful, which is sick. I think if I get the full set, I will have a 30% run energy increase. I don't know. I got these from a beehive mime guy. I can't even. But yeah, my plans right now are, I've spent some money on runes. I would have included those clips, but I want to take about 1,000 casts to Fire Giants. I'll take 1,200 just to be safe. But what I want to do there is essentially get myself a rune skimmy and train magic as well as defense. So the reason why I'm getting defense up is so I will have, like, I'm always going to be training magic regardless, right? So until I hit a defense level of at least 30, I don't think I'm going to care about splitting the XP up between the two. I honestly think it's going to be a bit beneficial, and the only thing with magic that I do essentially need quick is the high alchemy, but that's kind of inevitable at this point because it's only like 150k XP. I have no idea, to be honest. It's got to be around that somewhere. And I feel like Fire Strike's a fairly cheap way to train, and yeah, I don't mind splitting the two up. At least in the early game, if we're getting to like 60 or 70 defense, there's no way I'm splitting them up. But for now, it's going to be my course of action. But I think I might gear up and we'll get ready to go to Fire Giants. Okay, one slight oversight. I don't have teleports and it takes me forever to get to anywhere on this game. So I think it's going to be Castle Walls first. I kind of use the death mechanic as like a resource. It's something that I don't generally have to even do, but for instance, if I wanted to go to Lumbridge, I wouldn't use the home teleport. I'd just kill myself, and it's fairly valuable because there's no point wasting a home teleport when you don't have to, and especially in a place like Canifis or somewhere where you're able to bank all your things and die quickly. Dying is actually not all that bad, so yeah, it's just a nice little tip to use, even if you set your spawn at Falador through the Druidic Ritual, whatever that quest is. Holy shit, that's not even close to being the right quest. But you know what I mean, Recruitment Drive, I think it's that quest. But yeah, I'm going to go run to Camelot because I'm poor and 19 mage. Just a little pit stop along the way. There's a little spawn of a super anti-poison here. This is like literally 15 seconds after I stopped recording. So you continue running northeast from that point. If we get up the world map, this is actually super handy. I don't know if this is a Orion thing or OS Buddy, sorry, or just a native thing, but whatever the hell it is, it's extremely useful, and so is this spawn. So I'm going to be using these throughout my journey, and if I ever need anti-poisons, this is the place where I'm going to go to get more, and yeah, it's a good little tip. I'm getting a strong feeling that this whole travel to this kind of area of the map is going to get extremely tedious after a while, but one good thing is that you can use the Barbarian Assault minigame teleport. The only problem is you can't use it by default. You need to unlock it via the tutorial dude at the place. I'll show you guys when I get there, but This is another thing. Like, I feel like the minigame teleports are extremely useful. It's just a matter of unlocking them. Now, I'm not exactly sure what what ones can be used at level 3. You know, once you finish Tutorial Island. Castle Wars is extremely good, but this one I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of utility out of. It's just a handy place to be if you don't have a games necklace, which I'm sure as time passes I will get a few of those. But for now, I'm gonna talk to this tutorial dude. Where is this guy so I can show you? This guy here, I think if we just go through all the dialogues, we should be able to use this as a minigame teleport. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit mad. I have to drop off all my runes here. Which I planned on using in the Waterfall, but it looks like I'll have to home teleport out, come back, and, you know, go from there again. So a little bit tedious. So yeah, don't bring runes when talking to this manky-faced head weird guy. As tedious as that was, I think it's going to be worth it. And if you're going to do that yourself, just know when you start going through all the different dialogues, you don't actually have any options to yes, no, or accidentally screw up. So you can just spam click all of the text dialogues once he starts going into all the different roles. So pretty simple. If you're just not even looking at the screen, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I thought I'd just chuck that in there. Oh, fuck my life. Alright, to kill about 20 seconds, I'm going to explain how I'm going to be training my fletching. See these 4 log spawns here? These aren't dropped by players. They're natural spawns. So my plan of attack is to pick these up and hop worlds every time I pick up all 4. And I'm going to be using those logs as opposed to cutting down my own. It's going to be extremely more efficient, but I'm not going to be doing that quite just yet. But when I do get around to it, that's how I'll be training my fletching, for the first few levels at least. Alright, not that lucky. Oh, fuck yeah. So I'm not exactly sure if there's a benefit to using these. If there's an extra mage bonus or not, but I guess we'll find out in a million years time when I get 30 mage. There's actually a lot of experience gained here right now, so this actually won't take too long to be able to wield that. Alright, so there it is, 30 mage. Really not that difficult. This is kind of underestimated how good this would be for XP, but I'm glad it is good, even though it is split between the two, and I think I've gone up like 3 or 4 combat levels, and I'm not even halfway through my casts. But once I kill this fire giant here, I might test if there's an actual offensive bonus between these two, because it's something I've never had to know for myself. Like, I've never had to test it, but it looks like it does have attack bonuses, but no mage attack bonuses, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Looking over it, but whatever. It was a nice drop to get. Another one. Okay, so I've just run out of casts, and I don't actually have enough runes to cast anything at all, so I really don't want to do this because I can't like one-click teleport with anything right now. I kind of overlooked the fact that I'd be using all my lore runes, but I'm gonna try and smack this dude. Yeah, we can do this. This might take a while, but I'm committed to this. This is a little silly, but yeah, this is the loot I got from 1200 casts. I should probably concentrate a little bit when I do this, but unfortunately didn't get the rune skimmy, but I'm not too mad about that. I will be a little bit pissed if next trip I don't get one, but for now we got 2 fire battle staffs, as you may have seen, depending on how I edit it. But so what that essentially means is that the 15k approximately that we spent to get all this loot, we've actually profited once we high elk those 2 staffs. So the good news is good news, as well as the XP that we came from it. So all around, I think we did pretty well. I was actually going to go back there and get another attempt at a skimmy, but I feel like I need to get some quests out of the way, and I'm actually running out of mind runes. So the ones that I have remaining are in my inventory. I think it's either I'm out of mind runes or air runes, one of the above. But yeah, I'm going to use the rest of them on some quests, and number 1, of course, is Grand Tree. And I want to get all the quests that give me attack experience out of the way. That's bumped me up 8 levels, which is great. And yeah, I didn't get any agility levels because I've already trained it like a madman. But yeah, I've got a couple more to go, and I'll probably join you guys once I do the next one. Alright, so I got this guy on the ropes, and this is pretty much the end of the quest. However, I just want to show you guys how I do this. If you see this tree here, and you go 2 blocks behind it, 2 or 3, I can't remember exactly, but every time you shoot, just jump back in and out. if you do it a bit quicker, he won't actually hit you. And he'll just keep re-aggroing and running back and forth. I butchered that word, but basically that's how I do it without a blocker. It's super simple. I mean, I think I got hit about 4 or 5 times, and you saw one of them. So, yeah, if you got your run energy on, you should be fine, and it makes the quest fairly easy without having to rely on somebody else to block it for you. And there it is, Tree Gnome Village complete. I think I've only got 2 quests left for attack, but the good news about this one is that I've been pushed over 41. So when I do get my Rune Scimitar eventually, I will be able to use the thing. So I've now unlocked the tree gnomes to different areas. I don't exactly know what I was restricted to before, but this one in particular is going to be useful, like in this very situation, because I needed to buy runes anyway to go and do Fight Arena, so that worked out nicely. I also got a book on the way back from the quest, and I thought I'd get 10 Slayer, just real cheeky like that. There we go, another quest done. That took 66 fire strikes. These, I don't know, they seem to get easier every time I do them, but yeah, 44 attacks done. I haven't even trained it yet. But yeah, the only quest left in the game I think that gives me attack XP that I'm aware of, that I have done in the past, is Death Plateau, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. Out of all of the quests that I was doing just now, I didn't think this one would be the one that I would get stumped on, but I have been, unfortunately. So throughout my whole playthrough, I'll just be buying random stuff throughout general stores. You never know when you need a rope or some random piece of crap, so yeah, I always do stuff like that wherever I can. But with Death Plateau, one of the requirements is 10 cooked trout, and I'm currently sitting pretty at 1 and 2 cooking and fishing, so it's a pretty sad time. But what I might do instead of doing Death Plateau right now is go back to Fire Giants and try and get myself a Rune Skimmy. I've currently got about 1200 casts. I think I overdid the mind runes, to be honest. I completely forgot the ratio, and I went a little bit too over the top with them, I do believe. So yeah, unfortunately that's the case, but that's actually really creepily even. But I could use water strikes and it wouldn't be too much of a hit to the DPS, but I don't know, I kind of just like using fire strikes for the most part. So that's how we're going to do it. I must admit also that my character looks like an absolute beast. So the previous trip we took 1200 mind runes. This time I'm going with 1250. Not much of a difference, but statistically speaking, I think the Rune Skimmy is about a 1 in 56 drop. It's either that or 120. It's something relatively low, and I feel statistics are on my side in order for me to get this. It's not exactly crucial, the Rune Skimmy itself, but it's something that I'd really want to get at some point, sooner rather than later. I could obviously use a Rune Longsword if I go and kill lava dragons or something, but the Skimmy is just, it's so much nicer. So yeah, that's going to be my goal for now. I'm also taking the Gnome Amulet that I just got from the quest I completed, Grand Tree, I can't remember which one, because it actually gives pretty decent defense bonuses, which kind of caught me off guard. I didn't realize it actually had anything beneficial, but yeah, it gives you like 15 bonuses in the respective stats, and I'll take anything I can get, considering this mess of an outfit that I've got at the moment.